To a day already full of big developments.
Yeah.
President Obama in Detroit taking a tour of the North American International Auto Show.
That tour and another stop at the GM UAW Center just wrapped up. Rod Maloney's been following the president all day, and he joins us from his last stop in downtown Detroit. And Rod, really a visit to tout the comeback of Detroit.
Right. Well, he was talking about so many different things today, but essentially he was taking yet another victory lap for having turned around the auto industry, the decision he made back in 2009 when he first became president and allowed General Motors and Chrysler to go through the quick rinse bankruptcy. Now, it was an eventful day. He started at the Jolly Pumpkin over by the Shinola factory, and he visited both today, said that he already had a Shinola watch, so he didn't buy one, said the food was good, and then moved on to Kobo. Now, he's the third president of the United States to actually tour the auto show, and the poll reports are telling us a couple of interesting things. One, he did an Elmore Leonard reference when he visited the Pacifica, saying that it was a cool minivan, much like they talked about on the old Get Shorty book and movie. He also stopped and looked at the Corvette on his way to the Chevy Bolt. The Corvette caught his eye. He was looking at that. He said that he was actually doing some car shopping today because he knows before too long he's going to have to give up the beast and actually have his own set of wheels. So he said he went car shopping, and when he got here to the GM UAW Center, he talked a lot about that part of this and also the UAW's place along with the GM in the turnaround of the auto industry.
So I figured that I needed to do a little browsing now at the Detroit Auto Show. I know they've got auto shows in Paris and Frankfurt and Tokyo, but there's only one Motor City.
Now, the president used this. The president used this as, in many ways, a political rally to talk about his policies and the way he turned around the auto industry, and that's how things should go into the future, maligning some of the Republican presidential candidates. And he talks a little bit more about what happened back in those bad old days and how the city and also how the industry has bounced back.
And I placed my bet on you. And after visiting auto plants across the Midwest and seeing what you have done firsthand, let me tell you, I'd make that same bet any day of the week, because today factories are humming, business is booming, the American auto industry is all the way back.
Now, the president told an interesting story about a girl who was 13 years old back in the bad old days and worried about her dad's auto supply business. And he tells that whole story. And in fact, we're going to have an interview with her, the young girl who happened to be here today. And she's now almost 20 years old. And we'll talk to her and her dad and hear from the president about that. So for now, live at the GM UAW Training Center in downtown Detroit, Rod Maloney, back to you.